Thanks everybody for being here today. Again, as Josiah mentioned, I'm Teresa and I'm in sales here at ActionFlow. So today we're going to talk about two of our signature tools in ActionFlow, and I'm really excited to walk you through this newest signature collection option that we've just released. This option is really simple to set up. It allows you to collect signatures quickly, and the best part, it's included at no extra cost. So before we get into the details, I want to ask you something. Oh, come on. There we go. How many of you have heard this from a client? You can drop like an oh yeah in the chat if you'd like. And if I don't see any oh yeahs, then I guess I can just end this now. Oh, good. Thanks, Bridget. Awesome. So, it is kind of funny, but it's also painful because it can slow down your jobs. It creates extra work for both you and your customer. And in 2025, it's just really not necessary anymore. So here's what we'll be covering today. Thank you, everyone, for responding. First, I'm going to break down the difference between electronic and digital signatures. Then I'll quickly touch on both solutions that we offer, this new tool and also our Sign Now integration. I'll explain the pros and cons of each so you can see which one might work best for your needs. And then finally, I'm going to give you a full walkthrough of this new tool so you can see how quick and easy it is to get set up. And then at the end, of course, we'll have Q&A. So let's start with a simple example. So imagine you're meeting a friend at a coffee shop to sell your old guitar. They pull out a piece of paper that says, I agree to buy this guitar for $200. You grab a pen, you sign it, and hand it back. That would be similar to an electronic signature. Quick, easy, and it clearly shows intent. But here's the problem. If that paper went missing, or if someone changed the $200 to $2,000, there's nothing built into that piece of paper to prove you didn't agree to the higher amount. So let's picture a different scenario. This time you meet at a bank. The banker checks your ID, watches you sign, stamps the document, and seals it inside a tamper-proof envelope with a tracking number. If anyone even tries to open or change it, the seal breaks and everyone knows. That is like a digital signature. So it's still convenient, but now it's backed with identity verification, document security, and a record proving exactly who signed it, when they signed it, and that nothing has been altered since. So here is the big takeaway. An electronic signature is quick and easy, but it's based on trust. Think of it like a handshake agreement. A digital signature is secure, verified, and tamper-proof. Think of it like having a notary witness and stamp the document. So digital signatures do offer a much higher level of security because they can prove who signed it and that the document hasn't been changed since it was signed. And yes, if you ever had to take it to court, a digital signature does carry more weight. So now let's talk about this new tool, this new signature collection tool. This is considered an electronic signature. The biggest advantages are that it requires minimal setup. It's really easy to use. It's free as part of your subscription. Your customers can sign from anywhere, computer, phone, tablet. The trade-offs are that it's not encrypted. So in that coffee shop guitar example, you're essentially just signing a piece of paper. That means that it doesn't carry the same legal weight as a digital signature, as I mentioned earlier. And one other thing, you can only have one signature per document. So our e-signature option powered by Sign Now is a digital signature solution. This one is fully compliant with e-signature laws. It provides encryption and detailed audit trails, and it supports multiple signatures by one signer on the same document, as well as initialing capabilities. So if you had specific clauses or bullet points that you needed the customer to initial, Sign Now can handle that. The downsides are there is a monthly charge and there are signature limits. You can purchase a package with a certain number of signatures, and if you don't use them, you lose them. And for simple everyday approvals, it may be a little bit more than what you need. So before I show you exactly how our new signature tool works, I do want to take a few minutes to explain when you should use this new built-in tool and when it makes more sense to stick with our Sign Now integration. Okay, so this new tool is perfect for things like those estimate approvals, change orders, or any document that just needs one signature and where there's a level of trust between both parties. The Sign Now is better suited for those large commercial contracts, high value residential jobs, or any situation where you may need one signer to sign in multiple places on your document. And you can absolutely use both of these tools together. So we have added some additional packages to our Sign Now integration to make this a little bit easier for you guys. So now you can get 5 signature requests for just an additional $15 a month, or 10 for $25. So today I'm not going to be walking through a full demo of the Sign Now integration, but we do have step-by-step resources available in our knowledge base, along with a recording of the webinar we hosted last year. So Josiah, if you wouldn't mind dropping those links in the chat for everyone, that'd be great. All right, so let's get into how you set up this signature collection tool in ActionFlow. Now pay attention, there's going to be a quiz at the end. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go to the Administration tab, click on your report configurations, and then find the report that you want to add the signature field to. Look for that email body text property and click the Edit button. This is going to open up a box where you can edit that email template for that report. You are going to add the variable $ActionFlow signing, exactly as you see here on my screen, to the template. And what this is going to do is it's going to create a clickable link inside the email you send to your customer. So when they click it, it opens a quote up on their computer or phone, and then they can sign that document. So once you've added this variable, you just click OK, and that is it. So hopefully there's no questions on that. So let's see what it looks like in practice. So you would run your job report. This tool is only available for job-related reports, so you can't send out an inventory report and request a signature on that, for instance. So you will click that email button, and then it'll pop up this window where you can enter in the email address, and then you will see in the body of the message that variable that we added earlier that has now been replaced with the report name, the date, and the time that it was generated. You click OK, and you'll fire off that email to your customer. So this is what it looks like when they would receive it. Here's that link. When they click that link, it will open up the document in a browser window. They can scroll down, and there will be a spot for them to type in their name and sign this document.
I'm not going to hospital now anyway.
Once it's signed, this sign and upload button will turn blue, and they can click that button to submit the signed document. Once they do that, at the top of the page, they're going to see a confirmation that the document has been signed, along with an option to download it for their records. The signature will also be displayed at the bottom of the document.
Looks like I might have a question here.
Question?
Lisa,
Yes.
you have your hand raised for a question?
Yeah, I do have a question. Doing this process is great, but will they be able to select the optional items in the estimate and or click on the opt out of the communications through this?
This is just signing the document that you send.
Okay.
Yeah. Good question. Okay. So going back into ActionFlow, you'll see a comment that will appear in the job that the document has been, a signed document has been received. This comment will be assigned to the user who sent the signature request. You'll also notice that the document is automatically uploaded into your job files. So it's cut off here, but at the end it says signed. So it'll automatically import that into your job files for you. Now, if you're happy just knowing that, you know, the document's signed and you're okay with this comment, this is really it. But if you do want to take it one step further, you can set up an action tied to that specific report. So this way, instead of just seeing this comment, you can have a predefined action that would appear in the job when these signatures, these signed documents come in. So I'll take you through that real quick. So to set that up, you're going to go to your process tab. You're going to find the process that you want to add this action to. You will click on this green plus button, and then you're going to add the action that you want to appear. In this instance, we've named it estimate signature received. Next, you're going to want to scroll over to the default user column. And here is where you can enter a specific user or user group you'd like this action to go to. If this is left blank, that's completely okay. The action will then just default back to the person that sent the signature request. So you don't have to fill this part out if you don't want to. Then you're going to continue to scroll over until you see the report with signature column. And then all you'll need to do is just start typing in the name of the report that you want to add. And this drop down will appear so that you can just quickly select whichever one you'd like to attach. And you can link this to as many reports as you'd like. So as you're entering them, you'll notice that each report name will appear in these blue bubbles. You know, you can create separate actions for different types of reports if you want to, but this is how you would just attach it to the specific report. If you have this for certain reports and don't have it for others, you would get this action on the reports that you've listed here, but then the other ones you would just get your just that comment, that generic comment. So of course, once you're done, always click save. And then now, instead of seeing that comment, you would see your action here. So that is pretty much it. So does anybody have any questions, comments? Yes, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
I was just wondering, this version you just showed was the basic version or the newer version? I've
This
never
is-
used the old one before, so not sure.
Okay, this is the newest one. The other one is our Sign Now integration. So this is the only signature tool that we have currently
All right.
built into ActionFlow. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome. I guess I did a really good job explaining it if there's no questions, or else everybody's lost. New one, can we still get initials on our initial pages? The initials, you would need Sign Now to have those initials on there. This tool, you only get that one box that I showed that they can just type in their name and sign it. So no initialing capability. So you would need to use your Sign Now for that. Thanks, Reese. Looks easy. Faith, will they be able to sign this on their phone? Yes, they can sign it on their phone. So it is mobile friendly. You're welcome. With Sign Now, we can only get up to no, you can get more than that. Those are just 2 new options that we've added. So wait, we added 5 and 10. So I think, what was the next one, Josiah? Is that like 20?
20, I think, yeah. I was
20
gonna
is the
try
next
and post it in the chat.
Okay, yeah, Josiah will put all the pricing for the Sign Now in the chat. We just added some lower cost options for people that might not need that, might not need 20 a month. $30 to 50 contracts a month. Okay, yeah, so there, he'll send you the, he'll post in the chat the pricing for the different packages we have for Sign Now. This one that I showed you today, that one is completely free. Zach, is any plans of integrating it into a more complex sign-off process where selections or options could be confirmed or changed? I do not know that. But I'm sure development will take that into consideration.
Yeah, for Zach's. Currently, no, there's no plans to expand it. We kind of want to see how you guys use it up front, but of course we're always open to some feedback. So if you guys start using it and you guys have just suggestions or better ways to manipulate it, we are open to having that conversation for sure.
Okay, Josiah responded to Crystal's question. So there's a link that'll take everybody to the pricing page. So you can see what package you would fall into if you wanted the Sign Now integration. Can you access administration if you're not? No, you cannot. So an administrator does have to set this up.
Yeah, and just one other possibility is, you know, there are some documents you might care about more than others in terms of the legality and the enforceability. So it's possible you might use both options. Like on a quote, you just get a signature that's not like the free electronic signature that isn't necessarily enforceable. And then the one time you're ready to get the final contract, you might use the Sign Now document or the Sign Now approach for that. So that's another possibility as well.
Yes, 100%. Thanks, Reese. All right, Crystal can't log into the knowledge base.
Crystal, I'll make sure you can log in on the back end.
Yeah, Bridget, that's correct. You can. That's probably what I would recommend is if you have those higher priced jobs to consider that Sign Now, because if you ever had to take something to court, it does hold a lot more legal weight than the electronic signature does.
And while you're here, I'm going to throw out another plug for our knowledge base and community forum. Crystal mentioned not being able to log on. It does require a separate username to log on, but we would love it if we build a community there. You know, the knowledge base, tickets, and interactions among our users. So yeah, I mean, there is this one hump where you have to create a username, but after that you can log in, and we are going to continue to try to build volume and and build interactions on our community forum. And so we'd love if you hop on there and participate.
All right, Eric, it looks like you were able to get in. All right, were there any other questions? I guess not.
I think you did a great job, Teresa.
Oh, well, thanks, Reese. Appreciate that.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you, Teresa, and thank you all for coming. And we will have this recording out to you in a couple of days. Have a great rest of the week.
Thanks, everybody.